Okay, good morning paint pouring community. It's a really hot day here in Australia. I think we're on 36 degrees today. It's very hot outside, so I did try and get out in the garden a bit, but it was way too hot even earlier this morning. So what better other activity could there be than to be in the art room? I have got air conditioning now, so it's so much more pleasurable to be out here and painting. So I'm going to do today a figure 8 pour from a jug. So I'll explain as I go along. I'm going to cover half of my canvas in black and half in white, so we'll see how that goes. Well, that's looking a little bit lumpy, probably the heat, and that I'd made this up yesterday actually. It was black, but I added dark blue and a good squirt of real dark green. Black can be quite dull, so I always like to either make navy or add the blue and green to my black, and it's kind of makes it blackish black, if you get my drift. So yeah, that's what I've done with that particular black. So it's just a little trick to do, to make your black actually blacker, if you understand my meaning. So I just want to thank you all while I've got you at this stage, to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I am on almost 30,000 subscribers, which is, I know it's not absolutely astronomical in the way some people have subscribers they have, but for me I'm just really happy to have got to 30,000 subscribers. So that was and I think I actually started 1 or 2 videos in about February or something last year, but they were only few and far between back then. And I didn't actually start really doing regular videos, I think, until about June, July time last year. So I obviously haven't been going 12 months, and I have it with art, I just haven't with YouTube. So I'm really pleased with that. Okay, so I'm just going over this with the spatula, so just nice and easy, nice and relaxing. Just take your time and enjoy the process, no hurry on it. I don't want straight lines. If you know anything about my pours, you know that I am not a straight line and symmetrical. I like things off center, and that's just my personal choice. So I'm going to I'm going to load my jug up. So I might move the canvas slightly to load my jug with the colours. So all of the colours were made up yesterday, and they're all Mont studio acrylics. So you can buy Mont paints in the US and the Canada, and I will have a link at the bottom of my video in the descriptions where you can get the paints in the US and Canada, and I will have a link there where you can also buy them in Australia too, to my online Cabriole Shabby Chic, where they sell all of the things that I'm using, all of the giant push pins, my pouring recipe. I'm using the Mont PVA craft glue. It's got my recipe at the bottom of this video too. I'm still having people asking me, even though I tell them in the video that that's where the pouring recipe is. Still getting people wanting me to write it all down for them personally, and I'm not going to do it anymore. So, you know, if it's just looking at the bottom of the video, if you're on the TV, you obviously may need to go and get on a desktop to actually find the description underneath the video. Okay, so what I've used is the cerulean blue. I've mixed my turquoise, but I added some green and blue to it to send it a bit darker. So I've done that myself. So I do like custom colouring, you know, adding different colours to my colours that I've already got, just to mix it up a bit. So obviously that was the white. Now I'm putting in some gold. I've made this quite a lot thicker than the rest of the other because the metallics seem to just sink. So and this probably will do the same, but I'll just see how we go with it. Just go with the flow. So this is what I'm calling my figure 8 pour, because I'm actually going to pour the paint in a figure 8 configuration. Figure 8 configuration. That sounds... This white looking a bit lumpy, so what I'll call this is mixed media. It's all good. I move that away, so I'm hoping I get some nice results from this particular pour, and having the blue black and the white, it just gives you kind of a little idea of how it sort of looks on the different colour canvases for the back. So here we go. Oh, got the wind still blowing out there. I'm going to hear the insect screen slapping around, so that's what that noise is. So here you go, here's my big jug, and I'm going to do like a figure 8. Might start small to see how I go. Maybe I'll start from the top and work myself down, so it's sort of... Oh bugger, sorry, no, beep that one out. I shouldn't have said that. I can't... This looks like the pink ribbon for the breast cancer. Oh, I'm going completely Fruit Loop in here. I love that blue though, so I'll take it back through that pink that looking too pink. So it's kind of like snakes and ladders, like my figure 8 went out of the window, didn't it? Oh, crazy person, I couldn't keep the momentum going on the figure 8, but holy dooly, there's some cells popping up already. It certainly is a snakes and ladders. I'm going to use my little heat wand that I've been using instead of the butane torch, purely because I've got just as good results with it. It's obviously less dangerous for people that get a bit scared with the heat torch. So I mean, I will use my heat torch, but this is just so much, it's actually easy. I haven't got to worry about the gas. You just hold the cord, it doesn't get in your work, it's quite easy to use. You just go backwards and forwards over your work, so it takes a little while, and then the cells all start to come up just as they would with the heat gun, except you don't burn your paint or anything. So here we go. Okay, it'd be good if I oh my gosh, plugged it in, would be a good, there you go. Crazy lady day, crazy lady day. It doesn't blow your paint around, so it's a lot better than a hairdryer. Beautiful. Oh wow, it's actually nice to see some paints with the negative space in the background. So that blue, which is the phthalo blue, and the cerulean are really standouts. Probably instead of the teal I should have kept it more so the turquoise, and as you see the gold is just sitting there at the moment. I have got a fair bit left, but I don't want to put that on. I might take a photo or two of it at this stage, and then I might give it a big tilt to see how we go. So I'll give you a close-up of that, because it is quite beautiful cells in there, and it's obviously a little bit different. Looks different than the normal pour, or not that I do normal, I do lots of experiments. But look at that, very interesting. Some may love it, some may hate it, but I may try the next stage by tilting the whole thing. So here we go. I just took a few photos of it at this stage, so if I'm deciding at a later date I should have left it exactly as I did, but for the sake of this particular experiment I want to see how it goes tilted, and obviously I'm going to tilt off all that negative space, but I'm just going to go with it because this is the experiment. So here we go. It's got quite a lot of paint on, so way too much paint on this, so it's kind of turning into like gems. A big plate of gems. So I'm just kind of tilting it backwards, forwards, just because it recenters the paint. Then I will tilt towards me. Oh, loving those colours though, how they're gelling together so nicely. I think if I was doing my figure 8 pour again, which I obviously will, I would do a smaller jug, think about it a little bit more to kind of keep it all so I don't go off tether, but actually love this effect. I might leave that bit of negative space up there, so I'll just work down over this white a little bit. So it's just gently tilting it until you get what you desire. This isn't about anybody else, this is about you and what you're feeling is right in the work. So you're just relaxing, just do it. There's nothing that's that bad. I mean, you can make things that you think are a right mess, but what's the worst? You just scrape the canvas if you're that unhappy with it. But I'm actually really liking, like it's like a big plate of gems. The colours have really gelled quite nicely. I think if I put my heat gun on this, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I kind of like the big separation of all the colours like that. Look how gorgeous that's looking. You know what? I like that. I was going to tilt right the way down here, but I actually like this end, just having that little bit of negative space. Just finger popping the very edges, so don't stress over them, just work your way around your canvas. It just looks like a big plate of gems. I think I will just put my heat gun on a little bit of places, see if I can bring anything up. I'm just going to take my gloves off, absolutely covered in paint. Okay, let's just go for it. Go for gold. Just holding your wands, no dramas at all. Just a little bit of, I don't want too much coming up, but just a few. Just putting that heat over, it's making them a few come up. Enough. I don't want too much starting to appear now, just with that heat, and a few more will actually work the way up, but they're kind of like gems. All this is just the colours have really gelled nicely together. So that was a figure 8 pour gone completely off tether. That's a crazy one. Let me know what you think, because you know, different strokes for different folks. Obviously some people will love it, some will hate it, and some will just love to have a go at the whole crazy thing. But what I've learnt from this is I've used way too much paint, because I could have got away with doing the figure 8 just down the canvas in big stretches and then tilted it out. So that's my feeling. So it's a very colourful one, and I know a few people personally that I know will love that, so that is all good. Okay, well there you go. That's another one for you to give a go to. I'll give you a bit of a close-up, see what you think. Then, yeah, it's kind of like a big sort of bowl of gems to me. It's all the colours are so bright in it. All good. Okay, thanks guys for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I'm very appreciative, and it doesn't cost you anything. So until next time, if you want to watch the next video as I put them on, hit the notification button so you'll just get a little notification that my videos have gone on. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Okay, I'm back for bonus bits. This is bonus bits. I wasn't happy with it how it was, so I'm back to Jillify it. I know some people will say, I know she was going to come back, I know what she was going to do. So here you go, I'm just going to go hell for leather with the balloon. I have no cares. I'm going to go total abandonment with my balloon, kissing and rolling, and see what we come up with. I'm going to roll and kiss all the way through this particular work. I have no worries about it, just giving it the whole big flow treatment. Just put your balloon on, twist your wrist and go for it. There won't be much left when I finish with it. It'll be completely ballooned. Now, some people won't like what I'm doing, but that's it. I'm loving already that I'm creating this big flow in there like a wild ocean. Wow. So this is the bonus bit at the end of the video. The crazy balloon lady. Yep, that's me. I haven't waited any time to leave it. So I've just gone about the whole lot in a crazy balloon fashion. I've got a great big mess going here on my table, but who cares? Who cares? This is your thing, your art, your way. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I think I've got not one piece of that I haven't ballooned. Well, I might be a little bit there and a little bit there. So there you go. I'm done. Bonus bits. Love it or hate it. I love it. Look at the movement it's given that. Look at that wild movement it's given it. 100% like it better myself, and that's the only person that matters is you, the artist that's doing the piece. Enjoy, folks. Until next time. Bye.